This is the longest intro to one of these we've ever seen. Okay, here we go. We're gonna bring in the sad music for communism. Oh dear.
This is the Kremlin.
Sure, it looks like Michigan.
Russian communism.
Oh, there it is.
Russia, we might see it as a country to be studied.
Focus.
As we study other nations of the world.
Focus.
Yet we know that Russia today is regarded as a grave threat to our nation.
It's all.
To our freedom.
It's because of their arches,
the
isn't it?
world.
Arches
Why
are
so?
dangerous.
What makes it a threat? Looking closer, we see a clue. Public display of giant portraits of communist leaders.
Not to be confused with the public display of the giant statues of American
Cause
leaders.
the world to stand guard. Here, in Russia, you see the reason why so many nations are building up their defenses.
It's the tiny hats. Mm-hmm. Cold War was fought over tiny hats.
Here, in Russia, you see the reason why we are spending billions of dollars in defense production.
Corn cobs?
Why your family is paying the highest taxes in our history.
I can see my house from here.
The leaders of Russia tell us their only concern is the defense.
Does
of
Stalin
their own
know
nation.
he's being videotaped?
Is this so?
He doesn't look like he
Are
does.
they ambitious for
Oh,
world
oh.
conquest?
No, I don't see him over there. Whoa!
Question. A question.
Or
Communism.
question communism.
Ever hear of Karl Marx?
Yeah.
In his mind, communism was born more than 100 years ago.
Okay.
He looked at the world and saw men
That's
as
with the
divided
sinister
into two
zoom.
classes, workers and capitalists.
He's gonna come out of this painting any minute now.
In the Communist Manifesto, he called upon the workers, the proletarians, to rise up and overthrow their capitalistic masters. He cried, "The proletarians have nothing to lose but their chains. They have a world to win. Working men of all countries, unite."
Sounds good to me.
This was the promise and the challenge of communism. In Russia, the Tsar was the government.
No, I no.
To support the
Don't
wealthy
actually.
aristocracy, millions
Okay.
of peasants toiled in virtual slavery. The Cossacks dreaded the Tsar.
Oh, yeah.
Here was fertile ground for the ideas
Oh,
of communism.
they burned down my whole house.
People had nothing to lose but their chains. The chains of the imperial government. In 1914, the Tsar sent his troops into the war that swept Europe. For more than 2
All
years,
right, now
they
we just
fought.
take that out of there.
While at home, people suffered from shortages, brought about the despotism and corruption of the imperial
Well, I
government.
want one of those too.
The
Yeah,
people
you have a
were
Pop-Tart.
rebellious. Only a strong army could sustain the Tsar in power.
This is that period of time where everybody walked really
But
fast.
revolution was preached on the battlefield, too, to an army broken with corruption. Inevitably, the Russian army surrendered. And with the defeated army returning under the banners of revolution, the
Revolution.
imperial government fell, and revolution reigned.
Yeah, let's get them.
The chains were broken, and in violence was born the government of the proletarians.
We all have sticks, yeah!
But a government needs leaders.
Why'd you say it all sinister
Ever
like
hear of
that?
Nikolai Lenin?
He
was
talked
the
really, really
first leader of
fast.
Communist Russia.
Why is the film sped up?
Leon Trotsky was another. Lenin lived but a few years.
Did you guys see that over
Out of
there?
the vicious struggle for power that followed his death, Joseph Stalin emerged as undisputed leader. Here was a new face, but in the background was an old one, Karl Marx.
Okay.
He established the ultimate aim of communism as world revolution. And the rulers of communist Russia, while firmly establishing their authority,
You all
at
clap
home,
really, really fast.
created an international organization to stir up revolution throughout the world. Communism was on the march. Stalin was in the Kremlin. But
They're going to run this really fast. Watch it.
the proletarians would
It's going to be really crazy. Everybody looks like they're running really, really fast.
Their new world might look promising. But although the land had been taken away from the capitalists, the workers didn't get it. Under communism, virtually everything belongs to the state. The individual has little right to own property.
You just do it like
But
this,
his
and that's how
plan
you
is
take
own
the whole
life.
thing.
He's told where to work with his employer.
This is how we make
Little freedom to leave
rifles.
his
We just
job
hang them
or
out to
seek a
dry.
better
And
one. Whereas we believe, and our religions teach, that the individual is all important, communism denies religion and debases the individual to a part of the vast machine that powers the state.
I like being part of a vast machine. It makes linens.
Children are taken early
Yep.
and molded.
Okay.
to the machine.
Shoot.
Here is no search for truth. The government writes the textbooks.
Just like they do in our
Children
Oh,
are
wait,
taught
never
to
mind. Didn't read
accept
that part.
Communism and their fate without question. The Kremlin runs all elections, and the outcome
Those
is
two
always
guys in that far shot.
the same. If anyone dares to disagree,
I'm telling you,
he's
they
given
run it all
a speedy
fast.
trial without benefit of jury.
Okay, now everybody come in here very quickly.
Such traitors may be immediately executed or sent off to prison. The proletarians have nothing to but their chains. They have a world to win. Although the people of Russia gained little, the rulers gained mightily in power. They built up
Jim's
a
always
giant
driving
war
too
machine,
fast, and we all have to keep up
looking
with him.
forward to the day when their flag
Yeah,
would
just
fly
gonna go
over
ahead.
the
There we go.
entire world. Then came the rise of Nazi Germany, another power bent on world conquest.
Yeah, everybody yell at the camera!
The two nations joined forces, and Russia, believing itself safe from aggression, launched an invasion of Finland and other neighboring nations. For the first
Woohoo! Yeah! Woo!
We're no longer waiting for world revolution.
You guys gotta try this! Oh
They're
shit!
now
Woo!
resorting to outright military aggression to extend their power. After the Nazis turned on their former allies, we supplied Russia with
Yeah,
immense
run
quantities
quickly!
of military equipment to wage war against our common foe. And how did Russia come out of the war? In 1917, at the time of the revolution, Russia was already a land of vast area. Soon after the end of World War II, Russia had occupied many new territories, bringing additional millions of people under communist control.
They gained a red marker and
and
painted in the
serving
map.
notice that Soviet Russia was now a world power to be reckoned with. United with Russia in war, we strove to preserve that unity and peace,
Again, shots like this
We
make
helped
me wonder if
organize
Stalin
United
actually knows
Nations,
he's being recorded.
which the nations of the world have mutually pledged to cooperate in fostering world peace and progress.
Just,
Andrei
I don't like
Gromyko
this like
signed
this.
for Russia.
Draw a little happy face on there for you, too.
But in the first post-war Italian elections, the communists created disorder in an attempt to gain control of the government. Once more, the world was reminded that basic in the idea of communism is the plan of world revolution.
Keep cutting to this
And that
picture.
Russian communism has stepped beyond that plan to achieve
Yeah,
world
no, see?
domination through
Told you,
aggression.
they'd spin it all up. All the film, speed it up.
In Indochina and Malaya, communist aggression has incited rebellion against
Hey!
established government.
Hey!
In France, communist aggression has fomented strikes against essential industries in attempts to discredit the free government. In Iran, the communists have incited rioting and have preached hatred and distrust of the Western nations. In Eastern Germany, they have openly opposed the West.
Governments that
In
don't like
China,
each other openly
the communists
opposing
have
each other?
established their own
Who would ever
public
thought of
government.
such a thing?
In Korea, communist aggression has come into actual combat with forces of the United Nations,
See, and then you just take that out after that.
and with the most deadly of all weapons available to the Russians, no peoples in the world can feel secure against this aggression.
It's either an atomic bomb or a big thunderstorm.
How are we meeting this challenge? Yes, one way is by helping the free
We poured a
world
bunch of
fight
coal right on top of
starvation,
it.
Poverty and suffering. Conditions that pave the way for communist infiltration.
Just sort out the
We're
clothes.
also
and just-
supplying equipment for the free nations.
Put my
to develop
tractor
their own
down!
resources and raise their living standards. Another way we are meeting the challenge is by military alliance with some of the other free nations for mutual aid in opposing direct communist aggression.
And everybody sit down now.
And
Okay,
we are
everyone
building
lay
up
down,
our own military
and,
defense.
Aimed at, yeah, that's how you do it.
But do these preparations mean that we have
He
abandoned
never has to
hope
spin as
for
hard as I
peace?
do.
No. In the United Nations, we are continually seeking a workable
Yep,
plan
okay.
for living in peace with
Would have been
communism.
better if you left the door shut in that shot, but alright.
We want peace. But we do not want this.
train cars.
We
Yeah.
believe in freedom. Freedom, born of the conviction that every person is a child of God and is therefore of supreme worth. For these people,
Did you guys see that camera over
for
there?
ourselves,
It's like right there. Hey,
for everyone.
hey, get
We
my good
want
side.
freedom, not tyranny.
Coronet Films reminding you that Russians exist and they're scary. Thank you everybody for watching, and a special thanks to my Moonfrindio Babbsy-kun for, well, being that. If you would like to donate to my Patreon and maybe even join this tier, you can do that by going to, well, Patreon. And if you have your own story you'd like to send in, you can send it to r/MoonHorseStories. And I also have a merch store if you'd like to buy something there. The links to all that and more are in the description down below. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye!